So we're going to talk about the trading session today. It is the 25th at 1 o'clock. Perfect time to get on the charts, in my opinion. You can see how gold is just stuck in this consolidation. I'm looking at this area here because this is where we impulsed past this previous resistance. As you can see, it was support here, turned to resistance, and that was probably the last bit of structure that we could have really used because this is just too messy. So we'll just concentrating on the current price action. So I'm just, these two dotted lines are consolidations. We're just looking to see which way it breaks. You can see now with the current markets, we formed an order block here that took out these two structure highs. So I was actually going to take the trade there, but I did expect price to just try and fill in down here, and maybe even this imbalance here in this, from this wick to this wick. But it doesn't seem to be happening just yet. You can see how the RSI is massively overbought at the moment, and you can see how we've got somewhat of divergence. Okay, so that basically means that although we're making highs, we're not really making highs on the RSI at the moment. So what we want to see is basically where price is going to go. I think it's going to stay within this area. I'm hoping it's going to come down here, basically to retest and then look to going up. I use a Fibonacci for the hourly chart. So if I go to the hourly, you can see here I use a fib from the high basically to the low here where price started stalling out. We've got a 50% range and 61.8. These are just going to be my targets at the moment because there's not really anywhere to target. If we look at the daily, as you can see, it's all at all-time highs now. So for that reason, I can't really say it's worth any other sort of target that we could reach. This price action is a bit sloppy, but as you can see now, 1 o'clock comes in and we're starting to make a decision on where price is actually heading. So it looks like we've got that push break above. That would have been a nice trade there. So what I would have personally done is, if I did take the trade, probably got in on this candle here after we've had that retest into the level and returned back. Gone for around a 12 pip stop. And I would have targeted a 1 to 3, which is around there. This also lines up quite nicely with this level here to our left as well, where we basically stalled out and made a decision to go short. Obviously I don't know if this trade is actually going to get to a 1 to 3, but it is most likely a chance to do so. Either way, I missed that. So we're just going to see what happens here with price. As I said, it's 1:05 now, as you can see. So we just want to see, as you can see, because it's overbought, we are going to get a retracement somewhere. Are we going to retrace here? Most likely, but if we can get down to here, we can get a much better price for our executions and be able to lower that risk quality, basically. Still need to pay for TradingView. It seems like my annual fee has been expired. I didn't even get an email about that, but never mind. We can sort that out later. Let's just see where the price is going to go here. So as you can see, we've broken out that structure. There's no way of basically looking for a fake out because price has basically gone so far ahead now, which is very nice. If we have a little look at the hourly as well, what I did notice on the hourly, we created a lovely bull bear bull which took out the two previous bear candles. We've retraced into it, and then as you can see, it's found its strength to go long. I don't know if we're going to get any chance of getting into a long here now because we've sort of missed that. It's a bit frustrating. This was a lovely setup, to be honest, that I didn't execute on, but I'm going to pause the video anyway because there's nothing really happening. We're not really in any important level of price, so once we get to an important level I'm actually going to look into executing. I will then I will then take a trade and record it. Have a little look at high time frames at the moment. That is some power, unfortunately. I'm saying unfortunately because I'm not in the trade. If I was in the trade, I'd be very happy with this, obviously. So that's probably going to be our 1 to 3 was around here, I believe. So it would have reached target. I don't see price actually selling off yet. This is a trade I took yesterday. You know, we've got a lot of missing price down here. So many imbalances, but I just think that it's not ready yet. There's obviously a lot of misconception of where the world economy is going to go, because as you know, gold is a safe haven. So for gold to be just literally climbing to all-time highs here for non-stop, basically. Let's just have a look at when the last all-time highs was. So to the weekly. So as you can see, these are roughly the all-time highs was around here. For the last few years, it's struggled to get any higher, and basically from, let's just look at so this has been the start of 2024 here. From there, as you can see, it's just been non-stop climbing for the last 3 weeks. It hasn't stopped. So we are seeing huge bullish momentum on this. For me as a scalper, I don't really care about the weekly, monthly, daily. I mostly focus on the hourly. Hourly, 30, 15, 3, 5 minute, you know, these sort of. I would use a 7 and 10, but it looks like my subscription's over, so I need to resubscribe to that first before using them time frames. But they're not really important time frames for me personally. So let's just see where price might lead us, and I'll come back once I have found a trade. So we can see how price is coming down now to these areas. We would like price to basically come down and show us some sort of rejection from either one of these levels here. Show us basically that support is still sitting here, and then from there we can look at maybe looking at that resistance and maybe liquidating these short-term highs as well, and target that 50 would be ideal. So you can see how we're basically wicking off from what was previous resistance, now support. What I would like to see mostly here is this hold for like 5 minutes, show us that there is support, but then also liquidate them short terms, come down, fill in this imbalance to then hopefully take off to some new structures. For me personally, I think if I sort of got in here, my stop would be a bit too big for me at 23.6 pips. I would try to stick my stop loss within 20 pip range. I know with gold it is very volatile, it moves very fast, it moves with large amount of pips in that sense, but I'm a scalper, so I need to find that perfect entry to execute on to hopefully keep my stop loss low in order to improve my reward to risk. So let's just see now what we're going to do next. So you can see how we just literally filled in that imbalance. It's pretty perfect, that, more or less. So that sort of amount from 2657 to 26549. It's only around 3 pip range. But we're not yet looking at taking a buy. So you can see how basically we pulled in some bullish pressure, came down, retested from the previous bearish candle, and then look at this impulse above, taking out these previous wicks, which is quite nice. So for me now personally, it's starting to get more interesting for me to be looking for a buy. I will again pause the video, wait till I actually execute the trade so we've got some spare time to go through the trade itself. Okay, so now we're getting more interested with what price is trying to do here. So as you can see, we haven't actually taken out any previous highs here. So this level is still the most important level. We just had that first retraction here. So what I'm going to do now is take my buy, 26.57, 65. So the spread we got in here, I'll leave my stop around there, which covers both order blocks. And as I said, we're just looking for that 1 to 3 here. We'll go for the 266204. Just do 2662. I think that's probably the best bet. And 2656.30. So again, I'm gonna pause the video and see if we can get a win out of this or a loss. That's the most important thing. Obviously from this we're going to liquidate them previous highs to our left, and obviously there's a little bit of structure to show that we are still in that bullish momentum. So it's a good take profit level. Just before the 50. Obviously if we do go in that direction and we're exploding, I will probably extend to the 61.8 and try and get that extra 1% out of it. But at the end of the day, we don't know where price is going to go. So let's just wait and see now. Just want to give a quick update on what I've done. So I've focused myself on this level here for a retest, because quite potentially what we've done here is book structure here because we impulsed higher, and a structure point around here where we found previous resistance, previous support, sorry. So I'm just looking to see if price sort of hits this level and rejects hard. I will probably close out early for maybe a small profit, but I just wanted to be as transparent as possible and just show you why I've done this. And looking at this level of price at the moment, we are in profit, not by much. So as I pause, you can see how we spiked lower here, just retest that previous wick low. And yeah, we're just waiting to see. You can see how there is bullish strength here, there is bullish pressure, so it is a good bit of price action to take a trade from. We have to wait now for the outcome. Obviously you can see how the RSI is oversold as well, which is quite nice to see. So we're gonna just see what price wants to do anyway. So again, just another update, we are in bullish strength at the moment. So let me just see, I've only done a 1 lot position on this. At the moment I am in £120 in profit. So I would like to get at least 300 out of this if possible, which would be my TP. If I can get 400, even more ideal, which would be just above the 50%. But again, we've got to be patient, we've got to allow price to do what it wants to do. We are running quite a bit in profit now, so what I would like to do is, well, every impulse I do like to mark out the previous wick low of each bullish candle, just so I can focus on trying to get out a bit earlier, just in case it comes back down to my entry and to stop loss. So I'm going to pause it and wait to see if this wins or loses. As you can see guys, it came back down to my entry. I'm just waiting to see where price may lead. I haven't got long left in this video, so I don't want to spend too much time. I'm about 120 in profit, so I've lost 100 so far. From here down to here, back to break even, but let's just wait and see. Boom, take profit, hit. So as you can see from this is where the hour started. This purple line was missing price on the hour.